there was an issue with a resident where he felt as though he didn't have confidence and he felt as though he wasn't being received well from other residents for whatever reason. And we sat here in my room and we talked for about 2 hours at 1 a.m. in the morning, because that's when he called me, talking about, like, he wants somebody to really talk to, like, somebody he needs to hear from. So I'm listening to him. I'm just trying to give him motivation, like, hey, bro, like, I've been in your shoes before. I already know how you feel. Like, you just got to keep going. Because he was actively ongoing trying to do a show. And I said, you got to keep going with the show, like, no matter what. Like, as long as you know that you're doing fine, everything will be all right in the end. And then later on, he ended up winning the entire pageant. Shout out Micah Holmes, Mr. Zeta Phi Beta. But, yes, like, Mr. Zeta Phi Beta was at one point about to drop out of the whole pageant because he didn't feel like anybody believed in him. And I'm glad that I could be one of the people that told him, like, listen, bro, you got to stop thinking about what other people are saying to you and just focus on what you think. Because in the end, as long as you know, another time was when a resident felt comfortable letting me know that he wanted to commit suicide. I felt like that was a very pivotal moment because it made me realize how trustworthy I am to these people. I really like helping people, and I'm really happy that people feel as though they can call me at a time of need, feeling so open and vulnerable to giving me such sensitive information, no matter knowing that I'm already knowing that I might report that, still feeling like you can confide in me is something that I really cherish. And like how I treat my residents is like a big brother. Like I don't want to be just some authoritative figure. That's why these people feel like they can talk to me whatever they want to about whatever they want to talk to, because I don't ever want to overstep. Another situation is,
how did you handle the suicide situation?
I mean, we talked about it. I heard his feelings. We reported it to the right people that could help. But at the same time, not only just reporting, just like following up, checking up, having those personal meetings, meeting with the resident, just talking and following up. Like, hey, how was your day? Like, hey, like, what did you do today? Making recommendations. Like, hey, there's an event that you could go to that might benefit you. Hey, like, maybe you should go to this because you might get network. Just certain things, like just keeping their head on track. Like, still not being in their bubble like a parent, but still, like, putting a bird in their ear, like, hey, there's other things you can do.
How is the person doing now?
They're doing pretty well. Like, they're just striving, but, you know, mental health is something that you can't really put, like, a set thing on. But, you know, he's doing better than where he was.
You just continue to follow up with them?
Yeah, here and there. I don't want to overstep, you know.
Okay.
Also, just dealing with other people in professional settings is something that already has taught me. Like, you know, you're not going to get along with everybody that you work with. And that's fine. But making sure that you're keeping it professional in front of the residents and keeping everything in-house when there is problems, I feel like that's a very mature thing that our RA job has taught me how to do. Also, just dealing with other people in professional settings is something that already has taught me. Like, you know, you're not going to get along with everybody that you work with. And that's fine. But making sure that you're keeping it professional in front of the residents and keeping everything in-house when there is problems, I feel like that's a very mature thing that our RA job has taught me how to do. Like working with different people that have different ideas, contacting and working and networking with other RAs, different buildings to make events happen, make certain things happen, even if it seems challenging. You know, my teamwork skills has gone up.
Okay. Anything else?
I like doing events for the doing events for my Suites E building due to the fact that it helps me have a sense of family. I feel as though it's very important to have a sense of home when you're away from home. And a lot of these residents are all from different walks of life. And bringing them all together in different events that cater to them, not just some events that are school-related, just conversational. Like, I had an event where we talk about healthy relations and mental health and different things. And it was really nice. Like, just having different people explain why they think a certain way or why they do things a certain way just was really good to help other people meet new people, but also hear new ideas and new approaches. So,
okay.
I should be picked to be an RA because if you want an RA that actively listens, that's actively present, that listens to the HB, that abides by all the rules and really is there for the residents and care for the well-being of the residents, then you would want me to be on your staff. I get along with every housing director. I get along with everybody, like I said. And if you don't have somebody that can be the glue in the midst of all the rah-rah, then what does your team really have? You can't have too many cooks in the kitchen anyway. I'm really good at being able to be a leader and a follower. You just made that decision.